Excellent. Cool. So here we are. So what I'm going to do is while we're discussing this, I'm just going to have some background visuals for those of you watching. Sorry for the audio listeners, but I've got the state of play playing in the background just for some assistance here. So what's playing here is Shinobi. I'm not going to review the entire thing. It's 40 minutes, so don't freak out. I'm just going to talk about it as it's going in the background. What I thought. So I thought Shinobi was excellent. It looks like a game that I'm going to want to play, and it's old school. I really like that. It looks like a Flash game, I'm not going to lie, but I think they've done it in a way where it's animated well enough to not remain with that initial first impression. It's made by I'm pretty sure it's made by the same group that did the recent Streets of Rage 4. Which I really liked that. That was awesome. And look, these old school kind of games, I'm a sucker for them. I dig them a lot. More the merrier, particularly if they're good ones. If they're too hard, I don't have time to punish myself much these days. Well, I do, but I won't get into that. But so Shinobi, yeah, that looked awesome. I'm probably going to pick that up and keep my eye out for that one. And so lately I've been good timing. I want to talk about this. So Sonic Racing, what's it called? Like Switch Worlds or Other Worlds or whatever it's called. Man, that looked awesome. I thought, okay, we just got a Sonic Racing game not too long ago, and it wasn't that great. It looked stunning. It was a great looking game. I just thought it was a bit slow. And the CPU was quite difficult when I was trying to go through the main story mode, if you want to call it that, or arcade, to progress through the story and unlock stuff and whatnot. I couldn't progress. There were times where it was just brutal. Like you had no way of winning. And I know get good and all that kind of stuff, but I thought I was getting quite good up until that point. And you can only race the same race a number of times before you go, you know what? I don't need to play this anymore. Like you've just made me uninstall this because I'm wasting my time here. And that might sound salty, probably am, but probably does sound that way. But I don't care. It's like, okay, I was enjoying this up until the point, right, where it's like Mario Kart. You can at least win that. It's very balanced. Where the prior Sonic Racing game felt really unbalanced, right? Where Mario Kart 8 was super challenging, but you were able to succeed and progress and win eventually, right? Whereas the last Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds, that's what it is. Sonic Racing just killed it. But this game looks awesome. I'm thrilled that they're bringing in the transforming aspects back into it, and the mid-stage location changes looks awesome, going through rings and stuff like that. Sign me up. And this one that's playing right now, Digimon Story. Time, was it? No, not Time Strangler. Was it Time something? Time Stranger. I don't know, but I didn't know this was Digimon at first when the trailer was playing. But there was a certain point I'm like, ooh, that looks like Digimon, and then yes, it was. But this looks great. This looks like a bigger budget game for Digimon, which I've got some Digimon games on my PS4 and my Xbox and emulated, and they haven't had the biggest budget. The combat system is quite clunky. I know I know these games have their fans. Like Digimon's $1 billion empire, and they keep making games hand over fist. But this one looks like the first time it's actually got some good budget in it. Hopefully it's like this throughout the whole thing, and not just you're showing me the good bits right now. But I'm down for a good Digimon game. I've been looking for a good one, and this looks like you can ride on the back of your Digimon and explore. Time Stranger, Digimon Story, Time Stranger. My God, it looks like there's a big world to explore, and I want to get into that. I want to explore Digimon more than what I know about it. Besides, like Generation 1 show, which was my bag back in the day as a kid. So yeah, I'm probably going to keep my eye on that one. The other one that I'm interested in, which I'm probably going ahead of the video now, but it doesn't matter. There's a game called Soul Aside something. I can't remember the exact title of it. It just came to me just now that I should probably call that one out. Stunning. It looked awesome, man. I don't know much about what that game was trying to tell me, but I can't not say that it looked amazing. and I was thoroughly impressed on what that looked like. Mechanically looked great, graphically looked great, the world looked very interesting. Sign me up. I'm going to keep an eye out for that one. Tides of Annihilation is another one where it just looked epic, right? And I think it's playing on the video now. But oh man, I was blown away. Like giant creatures, giant golems, giant whatever they are. The combat looked amazing. Graphically looked incredible. I thought at first it might have been like a Elden Ring type game, but like it had that art style of like just European grandeur across the Japanese sensibilities and Japanese game mechanics in video games, and I was just blown away by it. I thought it looked really, really cool. So yeah, sign me up for that one. I hope it's not a Souls-like. I really do hope it's not another Souls-like, and if it is, I'll be disappointed. But the trailer itself interested me enough that I thought, yeah, cool, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for that one. The next one was WWE 2K25. So I haven't bought a wrestling game ever, and I'm not a wrestling fan. Like I'm a keen observer. I appreciate it from afar. You know, I acknowledge what that world is, but I've never partaken in it myself. But I've always found the customer creation aspect of those games and the campaigns, if you want to call it that, career modes and stuff, interesting and fascinating. Whereas this one that they've shown in this state of play, 2K25, with the island premise where, you know, you can build your character again, but it's all, it seems a bit grandeur and a bit more, what's the word for it? Ambitious, I'll say, is the word. So yeah, Lost Soul Aside. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the name of the game that I was trying to remember. But yeah, WWE 2K25. The island aspect looked really cool. The costumes, the customizations, you can grow your character on this island and explore it and do side quests and all that kind of stuff. That seems really cool to me, and it reminded me of Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode, right? So if it's something like that, I'm totally down for it. So sign me up. Like I'll get into that. I'll make my own wrestler. I've always wanted to do that in these games and have a bit of fun with it. And yeah, let's just see how good it is. I'll keep my bar low because I know there's been a lot of controversy with those games, and I've not played a wrestling game for so many years that last time I remember playing a wrestling game, the mechanics, like the button input and the controller layout and the way the game works was super confusing to me. I don't know why. Like you put me in front of like Tekken or Dead or Alive or Street Fighter or whatever, right? Like you have this muscle memory or this expectation of what those games play like. But when I've played a wrestling game, I've just got to unlearn all of that and try and figure out what it's trying to tell me to do. Like how do you grapple? Like how do you do signature moves? I don't know if they've made it more accessible over the years, but the last time I played it was on Xbox 360 or something, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it. Where I've got a bunch of mates that love that stuff. You know, they buy it every year or every couple of years. So anyway, yeah, really excited for that. Well done. I hope they nail it this time. Hopefully this one launches without any nonsense. It's unfortunate that the Ultimate Edition of the game is $200 on PSN and Xbox Live from what I saw. Like if you want the Big Daddy edition, it's not called Big Daddy, but if you want the version that's got everything in it, it's like $199. Like really? Really? Like if that was the only game you played all year, fair enough. But $200, how the hell? Who the hell has $200 just to play a digital game that it's just cosmetic stuff? Maybe there's a season pass in there. You know, maybe you don't need to unlock any more characters, but it's just egregious. $200. It's insanity. That like this game better not be broken at launch. It better not be busted, have any graphical issues. It better be like it must have the highest fidelity, all this kind of stuff. For $200, it's an absolute joke. The other one, which was at the end of the state of play, so apologies if I've skipped some games that really piqued your interest, but not everything did it for me, but Saros, which is the last game shown, which was done by the developers of Returnal, right? So Returnal, I've found a fascinating game. I haven't played it myself, but I've watched people play it on Twitch, play through the whole game, and the art direction, the atmosphere, the gameplay, what they're able to do with that game, I found very fascinating, to the point where, man, I wish that I could play that. Like, I wish that was my game that I wanted to play, right? Because I know I'm not going to play that. It's just not my game. But that's the weird thing. I found it so fascinating that I watched someone play the whole game, right? And it captured me somehow. And it wasn't typically the story, you know, but that was awesome. But it's just the world and the atmosphere that they built, right? So when they had this Saros trailer start playing, and I was like, oh, what's this? Like, the landscape looked just incredible. I know it was a CG trailer. I don't know if that was in game, probably not, or in engine or whatever. But it was intriguing straight from the top. I found the mood and the atmosphere of what that trailer was trying to convey, like, very interesting. I'm like, this sounds familiar or feels familiar. And there's a shot where it goes close into the main character's eyes, and you see the spiral, like a hell shooter kind of spiral. I'm like, oh, is this another Returnal? This feels like that game. And then, yeah, lo and behold, it's done by the same developers of Saros, and it's a new game. It's not a sequel, it's a new IP, and all this kind of stuff. But it looked awesome. And I think this time I might give it a shot, right? Instead of, if time allows and life allows, I think I might actually try it myself this time whenever it's out. I think it's out next year. I don't think it's a 2025 game. I could be wrong. But yeah, that looked really, really cool to me. So yeah, look, I know I've probably skipped over a whole bunch of stuff, but this wasn't me going to review every game that they showed on the PlayStation State of Play. I thought it was a really good showing. It wasn't exclusives. So highly likelihood that every game, and Xbox has confirmed it. I've seen the post and stuff since, but this was more of a partners showcase, right? And a lot of people got that confused, where they thought, oh wow, all of these are exclusives and stuff, but some of these have already premiered on an Xbox Direct, right? So I'm pretty happy with this. That this was a great showing, not just for PlayStation, but for everybody else, like PC and Xbox, where they did mention some games are on PS5 and PC, which is good, but most of these games, if not all of them, are coming to Xbox as well. So wherever you play, you're going to be able to play these and pick them up. Really good showing. That means that there's some actually good games coming out this year, which is great. So I'm looking forward to that. And I must add, I'm additionally happy that I don't think any of these games are live services except for Borderlands 4, right? And correct me if I'm wrong there, if I've missed something, but I'm happy to see, or I'm just my optics of it, that the era of live service and always online multiplayer games and hero shooters and all that stuff might be finally going away. One thing I've been saying for years now is I can't wait for it to die, because it's killed the industry. Just my opinion. It's killed the industry. And it's going to take, in my thoughts, it's going to take a while for the industry to bounce back from the amount of damage that model of production has done. So many studios lost, skills lost, IPs that could have been awesome but weren't, shuttered projects that they should have probably been something else. Anyway, now I'm going to a totally different topic, but yeah, anyway, cool. That was great. Good showing. Let me know what your favorites were of the show. I'm very interested to see if any of them were like mine. But if you don't agree with some of my options, tell me and let me know why. I'm happy to have that discussion. And look, it just means we're sport for choice. We've got so much stuff coming. It's ridiculous. And let's find time, hopefully, to play it. I'll definitely be picking up and playing that Sonic Racing's game and that Digimon, if I can pick any of them. And I'll try and give Wrestling 2K25 a go and Shinobi. The other ones I'll just have to pick up on a discount somewhere and give it a go. Anyway, so yeah, I'll wrap that up now and let's head up and wrap up the show. Yeah, all right, let's do it.